Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the upcoming period. And I'm sure you remember the past few days, we had some really hot conditions here around the Burlington area. We saw temperatures in the low and middle 90s, so we really had a true feeling of summer, that's for sure, the past week or so. But as you notice here, as we start out our period, can you believe it, in the middle of June already? Its time is really flying by. We're going to start out Friday with temperatures maybe about 10 degrees below average. I think actually we're only going to climb up into the upper 60s maybe tomorrow with a little bit of maybe some cloud cover. So kind of typical of what we saw mostly in May and the start of June. But as we get towards, and of course we're going to be much further away from these record highs than we were a couple of days ago, that's for sure. Now look at this as we get into the end of our period, June 22nd. We will be into officially summer at that point. So it will be summer at that time. And look at this, our average highs by that time should be up around 80. And we're going to see temperatures are going to be pretty average as we get into the end of the period and into the official start of summer. And as you notice right here, I just wanted to let you know, our days really do not get any longer than they are right now at this point. Because of course, starting out June 21st, we're going to see the summer solstice coming up, and that will be the longest period of daylight that we have. After that, the days start getting shorter again. I know it's really something else, but don't worry about that. We won't be really noticing a change in the amount of daylight till we get to the end of August, almost the beginning of September. So don't worry about that. We have some great weather to come, and the summer is just about here. But as we move ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about what's going to be going on for the next 7 days here in the Burlington area. Now, as we can see here, this is going to be a fairly typical late spring, early summer pattern. We're going to see a series of small systems coming by, swinging by the southern New England area. That's going to bring us a chance of some pop-up showers and storms, maybe every other day or so. So, of course, we're going to have some warm conditions. It's going to warm up the ground quite a bit, leads to some instability, and so we'll get those chances for showers and storms maybe every other day or so. However, I just wanted to bring your attention to this small low-pressure center that's going to be passing us by on Friday. This may bring us a little bit more in terms of some cloudy and cooler conditions here in the Burlington area, and maybe a steadier period of light rain. So keep that in mind if you have to be out and about on Friday. We may have a start to our weekend with a little bit of some wet conditions. So, of course, something that's not new to us here after the spring that we've had, that's for sure. But after that goes by, we're going to have fairly pleasant conditions again with the chance of showers and storms each and every day. And for those of you who don't really like the intense heat, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any temperatures way up in the 90s for any time soon, that's for sure. But as we go ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit more information about, of course, the summer solstice coming up. Now, the summer solstice is going to be actually at 12:24 a.m. on Wednesday morning for any of those who will be up waiting for that, that's for sure. And basically what that means is the northern hemisphere is now completely turned towards the direct path of the sun's rays. And this is as far and as close as the northern hemisphere gets to the sun's rays at this time of the year. Once we get by June 21st, the Earth is going to start to tilt back, and we're going to start to gradually turn away from the sun. So even though we're going to see warmer conditions as we go into the rest of June and early July, we are actually going to be starting to turn again away from the sun, and that's going to, of course, lead us into cooler temperatures by the time we get to September and October, that's for sure. But as we go ahead, I want to show you some of the great weather that we have coming up for the next 7 days. And of course, as you see here Friday, again, I'm a little bit optimistic with temperatures around 70. I think it's only going to be maybe in the mid to upper 60s here in Burlington. If you're in Boston at all or anywhere near the seacoast, we may see temperatures only, maybe around 60, maybe in the upper 50s. And that's going to bring a chance of, again, a little bit steadier rain, maybe a few breaks of sunshine here and there in the Burlington area. But of course, as we get on towards the weekend, look at this, by the time we get to Sunday, temperatures really ramping up again, back up into the mid-80s. So a real summertime feel, and that's going to bring a lot of humidity into the Burlington area as well. So a little bit more uncomfortable as we get towards the end of the weekend for any plans that you might have outdoors. But then look at this as we start into the start of next week and getting into the first official day of summer on Wednesday. We're going to see temperatures on Monday fairly warm again in the mid-80s. They're going to cool down a little bit as we get towards the middle of the week, but down to about seasonable levels in between the 75 and 80 degree range. But really, looking ahead, there's really no big storms that look to be coming to affect us, except for the little bit of light rain maybe on Friday. Other than that, we have fairly nice conditions to start out summer. So everyone, I hope you can get out there and enjoy the weekend. And here comes summer. It is on its way.